July 19, 1973, a nondescript Tuesday in Washington, D.C., when a file stamped "Top Secret" for official use only slipped through a clerk's desk and landed on the desk of a Senate investigator, exposing a hidden empire of mind control experiments that the CIA had been running on unwitting American citizens for over a decade. The revelation would shatter the illusion that the government's most secretive agency operated only in the shadows of foreign espionage, exposing a chilling reality. The CIA had been conducting illegal, unconsented experiments to bend the human mind to its will. The story of MKUltra begins in the early 1950s, at the height of the Cold War, when the United States feared that Soviet and Chinese scientists were mastering the art of brainwashing. In response, the Central Intelligence Agency created a covert research program, officially titled Project MKUltra, under the direction of chemist Sidney Gottlieb. The project's mandate was simple yet terrifying: develop techniques and substances capable of manipulating cognition, perception, and behavior, thereby turning ordinary citizens into pliant assets or extracting secrets from hostile captives. Funding for MKUltra was funneled through a labyrinth of front organizations, universities, hospitals, and private research firms, allowing the CIA to remain deniable. Over 150 institutions across the country, from Harvard to the Menninger Clinic, received grants that concealed the true nature of the work. Researchers were instructed to experiment with LSD, hypnotic suggestion, sensory deprivation, electroconvulsive therapy, and even surgical implantation of devices. The most infamous of these substances was lysergic acid diethylamide, a powerful hallucinogen that the agency believed could dissolve the boundaries of consciousness and make the mind receptive to suggestion. The experiments were conducted on a wide spectrum of subjects, many of whom never knew they were being studied. Prisoners, mental patients, unsuspecting patients in psychiatric hospitals, and even ordinary volunteers who were misled about the nature of the research became test subjects. In one notorious case, a patient at a New York psychiatric facility was administered a cocktail of LSD, sodium pentothal, and other psychoactive drugs without consent, resulting in a month-long psychotic break that required intensive institutionalization. In another, a group of homeless individuals was subjected to prolonged sensory deprivation, locked in dark, soundproof rooms for days, their minds left to wander into terrifying, self-generated hallucinations. The CIA's ambition extended beyond chemicals. The agency explored the use of electromagnetic waves, microwave radiation, and even the implantation of microelectrodes into the brain. One secret memorandum described a psychic driving technique, repeated audio messages looped at high frequencies, intended to overwrite a subject's memories and implant new, obedient behaviors. The ultimate goal was a Manchurian candidate, a sleeper agent capable of carrying out missions without conscious awareness. By the late 1960s, the scale of the program had ballooned, yet its existence remained a tightly guarded secret. The veil began to lift in 1973 when the CIA's own internal investigation, the Family Jewels report, was compiled. The report listed dozens of experiments, many of which involved the administration of LSD to unwitting subjects. The document also revealed that the agency had destroyed most records in 1973, shredding files and burning notebooks, in an attempt to erase the evidence. When the Senate's Church Committee began its investigation in 1975, the CIA was forced to confront its past. Testimony from former project director Sidney Gottlieb and several participating scientists painted a grim picture. Gottlieb admitted that the agency had intentionally misled and deceived subjects, and that the experiments had no clear scientific purpose beyond the pursuit of control. The committee's hearings exposed the depth of deception. Not only had the CIA used illegal drugs, but it had also employed methods that would today be considered torture. The fallout led to a series of legal battles and public outcry. Victims and their families filed lawsuits demanding compensation and acknowledgement. In 1985, a class action suit resulted in a settlement of $1.9 million for a group of former CIA employees who claimed they had been subjected to involuntary drug testing. However, many victims never received justice, as the destroyed records left gaps that could never be filled. The government's inability to fully account for the program's scope turned the MKUltra saga into a cautionary tale about unchecked power. An unexpected twist came in 1995, when the CIA, under a new Freedom of Information Act request, released a trove of previously classified documents. Among them were detailed experiment logs, consent forms that were merely templates never signed, and photographs of laboratory setups. The documents revealed that the agency had not only experimented on American citizens, but also on foreign nationals, using the same mind-altering substances to interrogate prisoners in overseas detention facilities. The scientific community, too, felt the reverberations. The National Academy of Sciences issued a statement condemning the ethical violations, urging stricter oversight of human subject research. New regulations, such as the Common Rule, were reinforced to ensure informed consent and Institutional Review Board approval for all research involving humans. The legacy of MKUltra became a benchmark for discussions on bioethics, prompting modern debates about government surveillance, neurotechnology, and the potential misuse of emerging mind-enhancing drugs. Today, the specter of MKUltra lingers in the cultural imagination. It serves as a stark reminder that scientific curiosity, when divorced from moral responsibility, can become a weapon. The project's shadow extends into contemporary discussions about covert government programs, the ethical limits of psychological warfare, and the responsibility of scientists to protect their subjects. Subscribe to the Autopsy Files for more stories like this.